Tattoos. In the past, you had to work really hard to deserve one. Extremely successful hunt, kicking the shit out of the other stupid tribe, you name it. Now it is enough to not be afraid of the needle. One visit to the tattoo place and voila, we are way more cooler. Quietly hoping that the tattoo meme will still be relevant in 40 years. Or that the Japanese signs mean something deep and not a goddamn portable clay stuff used for cooking. But either way, tattoos are getting more and more popular, and some of the designs are really breathtaking. The question for today is though, how does the ink affect the judgment, and what could the tattoo of the future look like? Well, a meme is maybe a bad example here. Much more often people tend to opt for drawings and patterns that are more resistant to corrosion of time, more personal than a troll face. Whatever the shape, the tattoo changes our perception of ourselves. According to a survey conducted by Statistic Brain in United States in 2016, 29% of tattoo owners felt that the ink made them feel more rebellious. What is more interesting, around 31% of them felt more sexy thanks to the ink. Similar numbers were reported by the Harris poll in 2012, with 30% of participants stating increase in sexiness. And if someone feels more sexy somewhere, a group of rapid response evolutionary psychologists team is summoned to the place to investigate what the frick is going on. The evolutionary theorized reason for tattooing is based on the handicapped principle. An individual with visible signs of good health is a delicious morsel of the opposite sex. There is nothing sexier than good genes. I mean those genes. There is something even sexier. An individual with visible signs of good health, despite having certain traits that could adversely affect his or her chances of survival. Such traits turn out to be good intermediate indicator of biological quality. Just ask the peacock with the largest tail in the town. Humans don't have any visible tails, but we are playing the same game. For example, makeup that was meant to show how well the body immune system performs despite the loss of heat by the prominent red lips or the pink cheeks. More on that in the next episode. The case of tattoo could be somehow similar, inducing a health risk with a painful experience, just to show that the body can suffer it with ease and continue to live long and prosper. If you look at it from this perspective, having the handicap principle in the back of your head, people with tattoo may indeed seem more attractive to the opposite sex. Two Polish researchers, Galbarczyk and Ziomkiewicz, decided to check it out. They showed photos of a man's torso to a group of 2,500 men and women, asking them to evaluate the person in the photo on several dozen traits. Participants in the study were randomly assigned to different groups. Some of them received their original photo, and some of them received a photo with a digitally added tattoo. The results showed that when women were evaluating attractiveness, the tattoo had absolutely no effect. But bear with me here. Women rated the tattooed gentleman as significantly more healthy. Interestingly, it was men who rated the tattooed version as more attractive, but not more healthy. Both sexes assessed tattoo enthusiasts as more masculine or prone to aggression and domination. In addition, women evaluated the inked guy as a worse potential partner and parent, probably due to the traits mentioned before. On the other hand, Viren Furnham and Adrian Furnham published a similar study, but instead of a male torso, participants had to evaluate a drawing of a female body with a various constellation of tattoos. They found that male participants rated tattooed drawings as less attractive, but more sexually promiscuous, also as heavier drinkers. The promiscuous aspect was later checked during a field study done by
Nicolas Guéguen.
Researcher was just wondering how often and how fast female confederates will be approached by a man when sunbathing. The sunbathing suit was the same, but sometimes a temporary butterfly tattoo was applied to a lower back of the confederate. Results were quite drastic. Tattooed women were approached almost twice as often as not inked one. In the second part of the study, when the experimenter was just asking random people to evaluate the girl, men estimated higher chances to have a date and to have a sex on the first date with a tattooed confederates. What is more interesting, in this study, tattoo was not changing the attributed level of physical attractiveness. This topic is really interesting, but more studies needs to be done. Evolutionary psychology is mixed here with some social stigma, fashion or stereotypes. But tattoos are not only there to make you more attractive, approachable, healthy and cool. They can be useful for other reasons as well. People are already using EEG to map bioelectric activation of the brain into wheelchair movement, instruction to control robots' limbs. In each of those projects, the device itself is very eye-catching. But what if the EEG or ECG could fit into a small integrated circuit? What if a circuit could be worn like a tattoo? Todd Coleman, professor of bioengineering at the University of California, shows a device like that in his presentation at TED Med. In his case, this type of sensor was the ideal solution for monitoring a risky pregnancy. Professor
Huang Yonggang
and his team focused on the durability of the chip and on silicone that can be applied to the skin. This kind of device needs to be flexible, unlike other customer electronics. And here you can see the result of their work. A wearable device worn like a temporary tattoo. A tattoo with a freaking pirate. Google joined the party in 2013, patenting a tattoo for your neck. Thanks to this location, the microphone that is part of the system could easily receive what we are trying to say and cut off all the external sounds. In this case, the tattoo was designed to collect sound, but technology can be way smarter than this. What do you say about using a temporary tattoo as a touch interface? The MIT team, with the help of people from Microsoft Research, developed a duo skin technology. It is based on a use of conductive gold flakes, which are apparently quite affordable, skin neutral and durable. The Cindy Sin Lu Cao team managed to present 3 use cases for that kind of technology. For information display, wireless communication, and touch input. Touch input. This is so amazing. A tattoo that changes color is not only an interesting rave party gimmick, it can also show where is the time for your next dose of medication. And the touch input, just imagine having a universal touchscreen built into your hand that you could use to control all other devices like phone, laptops, lights, TV. The idea of smart tattoos is still unfolding to its full potential, and many other problems remain unsolved. For example, how to power the funky tech inside for a longer period of time. The Google patent, for example, proposes, among other things, to power a tattoo with a small solar panel. But yeah, either way, the diverse possibilities of medical and commercial use and application are goddamn amazing. Everything you want to measure health-wise, with addition to some life-improving features, will all be done with your stylish dick butt tattoo. Thanks for watching, and I'm just wondering, what other possibilities can you imagine with this technology? Share your thoughts in the comments if you want. I'm really curious about your ideas, and see you in the next video.